So, real quick, before we start the video, I know I messed up a lot on the names. I mixed up Natty, with Naya, and Shayna, and Roman, and Brian. I know, I mixed up. WrestleMania just went over. I was, excited to talk about the show, so cut me some slack. A lot of names, and I figure, let me say something at the beginning so I don't have to keep, putting in edits like words on the screen the whole video. So, I know I messed up. Deal with it. What's up, guys? This is my review for Night 2 of WrestleMania 37. Controversial opinion, I thought this was better than Night 1. A lot of people on Twitter said that Night 1 was better. I thought this was better. It was more exciting. I noticed the fans into it more this night, and overall, I thought the matches were better. The main event was certainly better. Like I said in my predictions, the main event, the triple threat, was gonna be a match of both nights. And it delivered. But we'll get into that. So, we had Hulk Hogan and Titus O'Neil open the show, and they were dressed like pirates, and they looked like a bunch of maroons, okay? So, Titus welcomed everybody to the show. They told us there's 7 matches on the card, and this was actually, I found this funny. Every time Titus talked, the crowd would cheer. Every time Hogan talked, the crowd would boo. And I just thought that was comical. So, this segment, I guess, okay, it's an opening segment, but I don't know, this was for kids. I don't know. It didn't come off right to me. You know what I mean? I didn't like it. It wasn't for me. If you liked it, all power to you. It wasn't for me. So, the first match was Randy Orton versus the Fiend. And I think people had a problem with Night 2. Well, not a problem, but I think they liked Night 1 better because of the match order. You had Orton and the Fiend, which I didn't mind them starting the show. I figure, get this out of the way. And this is another thing. I wasn't expecting a spectacular match. I was expecting some shenanigans out of this match. And that's what we got. I'm glad we didn't get a 15-minute Randy Orton match. Like, what was it, WrestleMania? When did he fight the Fiend? Was it 32? Not the Fiend. He fought Bray. Was it 32 or 31? It was the same night that the streak ended, right? So, I didn't expect a 15-minute Orton match. I didn't mind what we got. So, Randy Orton came out, light tights blender came out. This man had on bright light tights with the red. So he came out, he took his time, and then Alexa Bliss came out. she had like this black eye makeup, the glitter. She looked good, but she took her time coming out. So there was a box at ringside. It was like this big box at the ring stage side of the ring, and then there was like a jack-in-the-box on the, not the hard camera side, but the other side. And it had, a jack-in-the-box. It had a handle. So Alexa Bliss spun the handle. The music played, and then it finished. The Fiend came out of the box, of the other box that is on the stage side. A box that Michael Cole referred to as a box-like structure. And I'm like, no shit, it's a box. And everybody else on Twitter said the same thing. Michael Cole, I don't know, he made some odd calls tonight and yesterday. He was off. But it made for some comedy. It was funny. So the Fiend came out of the box. He was wearing his old mask, his regular attire. Before Alexa spun, came out and spun the thing, they had like this video of the Fiend. I think he looked through like fire, and it was the burnt attire he looked through, and the regular attire came out. It was pretty cool. So like I said, the Fiend popped out of the box, and he immediately jumped off the box. He gave Randy Orton a Uranagi. He went for the punt kick attempt, but Orton rolled to the outside. The Fiend followed him to the outside. Orton grabbed the Fiend and did his signature backdrop on the announce table. He rolled back into the ring, or he threw the Fiend back into the ring. Orton took control. He hit his signature, I think he hit the backbreaker, and then he hit the DDT from the turnbuckle, not the turnbuckle, the middle rope, and I think he stomped him after that. So the Fiend tried to come back, and then Orton wasn't having it. He gave him another middle rope DDT. So the finish came. Orton went for the RKO. The Fiend reversed it into the mandible claw. He choked Orton out. So the Fiend picked Orton up into the Sister Abigail position, and all of a sudden, Alexa Bliss pops out of the box. Now, she originally had black eye makeup. She now has even more black goo all over her face. She looked like, I don't watch Disney, but I think she was going for like one of the Disney wicked, not princesses, but whatever you call them. I don't know. Knowing Alexa Bliss, she loves Disney, she was going for that. But she just had black makeup all over her face, and she was sitting on the box, Indian style. So the Fiend looks up, drops Orton, and points at her like, yo, what are you doing? The Fiend turns around, Orton gives him an RKO. Orton wins. Like I said, this was a bunch of shenanigans. But I didn't expect no 15-minute Orton match. And I don't know why people had a problem with this. I really don't. And to be honest, it keeps you wondering what's gonna happen tomorrow night on Raw. Is Randy Orton and the Fiend on Raw? I think they're on Raw. So I didn't have a problem with this. It gets this out of the way in the opener. I could see why people had a problem. The next match was the SmackDown Women's title. Tamina and Natty, the winners of Tag Team Turmoil, versus Nia Jax and Shayna Baszler, SmackDown Women's Tag Team. I thought this was a good match. Unpopular opinion, I got into this match. A lot of people are shitting on it. I thought it was good. I'm not going to shit on it too hard. So, Natty and Shayna started a match. They were going back and forth. And then Natty tagged in Tamina. And Shayna tagged in Nia. They were trading blows. Then Natty came in and they gave Nia a double backdrop. That was a cool looking spot. So then, who was in? Tamina? So Tamina worked on Shayna a little bit. Nia took Shayna by the legs. And you know how they slingshot people into the turnbuckle? Well, Natty slingshotted Shayna into a super kick from Tamina. That was a pretty good spot. So Shayna got control. She hit, I think it was Natty, like a hard knee. I thought she broke Natty's nose. She worked on Natty's ankle. She stepped on it a little bit. Natty tried to come back, but Shayna tagged in Nia, and Nia hit a powerbomb. Eventually, Tamina got the hot tag. She hit, I think it was Nia, like a Samoan drop. Nia went up and hit a double crossbody on both Tamina and Natty. I can't remember too many names. Nia started talking shit like, yo, you think you're hot shit? What are you gonna do? I run this. You know, like a page out of Roman's playbook. She's top Samoan women in here. So Tamina got up, gets in her face, hits Nia with a body slam, goes up for the Superfly splash. She missed it. Natty tagged, Tamina tagged Nia in. So Natty, I can't talk. Tamina tagged Natty in. Natty ran to knock Shayna off the apron. But before she knocked Shayna off the apron, Nia tagged Shayna. But Natty didn't see it. So Shayna got knocked off the apron. So Natty put Nia in the sharpshooter. But then Shayna gets in the ring because she's a legal woman and puts Nia in the chokehold for the win. The, what do you call it? Karafuda clutch, I think she calls it. So, I thought it was a good match. And I was behind Tamina. This was probably the best Tamina match I've seen in years. I can't even recall a Tamina match that I was into. So I thought this was good. People thought it was bad. I thought it was good. You know, what are you gonna do? Next we had Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens. This was a pretty good match. I tweeted this out. These two cannot have a bad match. This was a spot fest. Sammy came out. He was dancing. Sammy looks like a psychopath. He looks crazy. Got the long hair. He looks nuts. He brought out Logan Paul. Logan Paul got some cheers, but he's very ultimately booed. Majority booed. I don't know the word here. He was booed for most of the night. He wasn't very liked. So, Sammy was dancing like an idiot. Then Logan Paul came out, but it was funny. So KO came out to a huge pop, probably one of the biggest of the night. And I felt so happy for KO because he didn't have a Mania match. I think as far as the last week, he didn't have a Mania match. And for him to come out and get this ovation, it was great. So, the bell rings, KO hits Sammy like a pop-up powerbomb straight out the gate. Sammy rolls to the outside, comes back in, KO throws him to the turnbuckle, gives him a cannonball, he rolls back out. They make their way onto the apron. I think it was, I had something stuck in my throat. I think it was Sami Zayn that gave Kevin Owens a suplex on the apron. That looked nasty. And then he brought KO back in the ring and gave him a Michinoku driver, which Michael Cole again called the Blue Thunder Bomb. So, Savage Blood Cole was off. KO hit the frog splash, and then he got Sammy up for a knee buster. It's like a brain buster, but to the knee. Oh man. Sammy reversed his package pile driver into an exploder to the corner. KO reversed a haluva kick into the stunner. KO reversed a superplex into a fisherman suplex, but he couldn't capitalize on the pin. KO went for corner clotheslines to both corners, but Sammy ducked and hit KO with a haluva kick. Sammy got greedy and went for a second haluva kick, but KO ducked and hit Sammy with two super kicks and a stunner for the win. This was a really good match. And at the end of it, Sammy was talking shit to Logan Paul. He was like, "What are you doing? You're supposed to be on my side," because Logan raised KO's arm. So Logan Paul shoved Sami Zayn. Sammy left, so he raised KO's arm again. KO's looking at his arm like, "Bruh, did you just touch me?" So then he pulled a Stone Cold and fucking stunned Logan Paul. And to Paul's credit, he sold it good. He rolled through and rolled over. It was a good-looking sell by Logan Paul. They must have practiced that a while. Hold on, let me cut to take a drink. Hold on. Okay, I had to cut. There was something in my throat. I had to take a drink, and if I left it going, my phone makes static. If you watch my videos, you know I need a new phone. So, the next match was the Universal title. It was Matt Riddle against Sheamus. But before this, Matt Riddle had a backstage promo segment with the Great Khali. Riddle came in on his scooter. He's doing his bro stick, you know, and he's saying how Great Khali can make a great investments in the market in India with different products, this and that. So then RVD comes in and Riddle starts marking out, bro, it's Rob Van Dam, bro. And RVD, he's just like, yo, I got new rolling papers for sale. Have some. So, I saw somebody tweet this out that Peacock might take this segment off of the Mania, rolling papers and all that, but it was just funny. So, US title match, Matt Riddle and Sheamus. I thought this was a pretty good match. It was hard hitting to start. Sheamus hit his signature moves, the Irish Curse, the 10 beats of the, what the fuck do you call it, Belgium? Riddle went up, hit a Spanish fly looking thing on Sheamus. Riddle hit a couple Germans. He hit the running senton. Riddle got Sheamus up for the jackknife power slam. First he couldn't. He lifted him up and then Sheamus kind of rotated, but Riddle got him back up and he hit a beautiful looking jackknife. Riddle then, okay, so you know how Hangman Page goes to the outside onto the apron and flips into the ring and does the clothesline? What is it called? Is it the buckshot lariat? But, okay, so Riddle went to the apron, came in, but I don't know what he was going for. Maybe a knee, like a buckshot knee, but Sheamus hit him with the bro kick. It was nasty. And, I believe he got the 2 count on that. So, Riddle hit German on the apron on Sheamus, and then he hit this cool looking, it was like a springboard moonsault, but he like turned mid-air, kind of like a floating bro, but he didn't get the full rotation, but it still looked cool. They got back in the ring. Sheamus! Okay, so they were in the corner. They went to the top. Sheamus was supposed to hit a top rope light noise. You know, like, what do you call it? Then he has him on his back and he gives him, what do you call it? A driver? What do you call that? You know the light noise. So, Sheamus botched it. He slipped off the ropes and he landed on his feet with Matt Riddle on his back. So he gave him the light noise, but not off the top rope. Sheamus went for the bro kick. Here's the finish. Sheamus went for the bro kick. Riddle ducked. Riddle ran to the ropes. He springboarded off the middle rope, did a moonsault, and Sheamus hit him with a bro kick, busted his mouth wide open. It was nasty. And Sheamus is your new U.S. champ. It was a hard-hitting match. This was really good, in my opinion. I had fun watching this match. The next match was the Nigerian drum fight for the IC title with Big E and Apollo Crews. And it was basically a no-holds-barred, anything goes, no count-out, only pinfall submission. And they had, like, Nigerian drums around the ring. What do you call that? Two big gongs. You know, the thing that you beat with the stick. They had kendo sticks around the ring. So it was basically a street fight. So Big E came out the way saying Big E to the ring. I didn't even know the way did his theme song. So the way sang him to the ring. They both come to the ring. Apollo looked cool with the coat and the stick, whatever. So the match starts. They both go outside, grab kendo sticks. They both whip each other with kendo sticks. Big E gets the upper hand. Big E beats him to the outside. Big E grabs a gong, but Apollo kicks it away. He grabs kendo stick and starts beating Big E. They make their way back into the ring. Big E tosses Apollo out, does his outside shoulder dive. If you've seen it once, you've seen it 1,000 times. Big E grabbed the steps and put it like in the middle of the ring apron on the floor. And Apollo got the upper hand. So Apollo put Big E on the steps. He got the other set of steps, went up to the apron, and tried to drop the steps onto Big E, but Big E moved. I forgot what Big E hit after this. He hit Apollo with something. Oh, he gave Apollo a urinagi on the steel steps. That looked like a cool spot. So Big E set up a table in the ring. Apollo gets back in the ring like a kendo stick, starts beating Big E like a kendo stick, puts Big E on the table, went for a frog splash. Big E moved. Apollo goes through the table. So Big E went for the big ending, and all of a sudden, this 7'5" dude comes out of nowhere. I didn't know who it was. People said it was Baba Tunde or some other name from Raw Underground. I thought he's a new guy. Apparently, he's been signed since 2016. Somebody told me on Twitter. So this guy comes out of nowhere, grabs Big E, and does like the Umaga Samoan spike to Big E. And then Apollo pins him to win the IC title. So 2 title changes back to back. And I saw this on Twitter. All members of the New Day lost their titles to a 7-foot giant. That's pretty funny. So next up lies the Raw Women's title. Asuka versus Rhea Ripley. I wrote down Ash Costello sang Rhea Ripley to the ring. I didn't catch the band she's from. I guess she's the lead singer of a band, and she does Rhea's song on her own. But her name is Ash Costello, and she was looking pretty good. She had the red and black hair. She was looking pretty good. So this match was hot out the gate. Asuka brought the outfits. She hit Rhea with some stiff shots. I think she hit Rhea with like a shot to the nose that knocked out one of Rhea's nose rings. I think Rhea was checking her nose a lot that first 2 minutes of the match. And then it slowed down. Rhea took control. She started shit-talking, punching Asuka. Asuka eventually hit a missile drop kick from the top rope. Asuka hit her two yes kicks. Like she hit a back elbow and a hip attack, and then another hip attack for a 2 count. Asuka hit this nice implant DDT from the apron to the outside. This looked nasty. One of the nastier spots of the night. They both got back into the ring. They traded submissions. Asuka lock, the crossface. Rhea got her into the leg lock that she uses. Asuka took control. She went for more of her kicks, the yes kicks. Rhea ducked and caught her with the riptide for the win. Again, new champion for the 3rd match in a row. So, I thought this was a good match. I don't know, it was lacking. I don't know. It's just, I thought Rhea and Asuka were gonna gel really good, but their styles didn't quite mesh, if you know what I mean. To me, it came off as a good match, but it never got to the, what do you call that? I said it last night that Sasha and Bianca, it never got to that next level. I don't know. It just didn't gel with me. So I thought it was a good match. Nothing really special. And then next we had Titus and Hogan came out to thank the fans watching at home. They thanked the people in the crowd. What's interesting to me, well, now that I say it, I was going to say they didn't announce a record, not a record, but yeah, a record for the fans in attendance. But saying it now, obviously they didn't break a record, because I think they were at 40% capacity. So now I know that they didn't announce any numbers. So Titus and Hogan came out to thank the fans. Bayley came out and she was like, "What about me? I'm the role model. There's my fireworks. I have to put up with Hall of Famers for the past 2 nights. I have to put up with all of this and that. she's being a brat, basically. And then, I know people are pissed. People are expecting Becky Lynch. And you didn't get Becky Lynch. What you got was the Bella Twins. So, they get a microphone, or I think they came out with a microphone. They go to talk, and Bayley cuts them off. No, don't start talking. I don't know what you guys are doing here. John Cena's not here. John Cena's not here, she told Nikki. So Nikki smacked the shit out of Bayley. And then Brie hit Bayley like, I think a knee to the face. And then Nikki tossed Bayley down the ramp. And Bayley did her best ramp roll about halfway down. And she stopped somewhere in the middle. But that was a funny segment. Again, people are expecting Becky. They didn't get Becky. Maybe tomorrow night. I'm gonna watch the Raw after Mania because I want to see Becky back if she comes back, and I want to know what they're doing with the Fiend and Alexa. I'm interested, so I'll be tuned in. Let me take one more pause before we get into the main event. Hold on. Okay, so main event time. We got Roman Reigns defending the Universal title against Edge and Daniel Bryan. Edge got a standing ovation. Another guy came out in all white. Everybody was coming out in white and red tonight. Tampa Bay colors, the Bucks colors. But Edge got a standing ovation. Great moment. Roman Reigns, he left. His music started playing and he made everybody wait. He took forever to come out. So he finally comes out with Paul Heyman and Jey Uso. And I'm looking at Jey Uso. Paul and Roman are coming out all serious, and Jay's dancing like, yeah, the hype man. And I'm like, bruh, can you stop? This is a serious moment. You're like that cousin that makes an ass out of himself at family gatherings. What are you doing? So Jay went a little overboard with the entrance. But they all get in the ring. They do the match introductions. The bell rings. Roman, straight out the gate, punches Bryan, punches Roman. Bryan goes to the outside, or Roman throws Bryan to the outside, and right away, Jay super kicks Bryan straight out the back. Roman punches Edge, throws him to the outside. Again, super kick to Edge from Jey Uso. Then Roman goes to the outside, works on, I think it was Bryan, and Edge took out Jey with a spear. Then he threw Roman from the ring apron to the barricade, back and forth, and then he threw Roman into the ring post. So that knocked Roman out for a little bit. Roman took Jey Uso. The stairs were on the floor, so Roman took Jey Uso and gave him an execution on the steps. This looked nasty. Edge and Bryan got in the ring, and gave them at it for a little while. Brian went Brian put Edge on the top rope and went for a hurricanrana, but Edge rolled through and turned it into the sunset bomb, like a rolling kind of pin. Brian kicked out. Brian dived to the outside onto Roman, but Roman caught him and gave him, I think it was an overhead German. Roman gets back in the ring. Edge hits him with the execution. And they both hit this nice spot. They're both men get up. They both go to the rope. And they come off the rope. And they both go for the spear on each other. But they both collide, shoulder to shoulder. And they spear each other. They collided. That was a pretty nice spot. So, Daniel Bryan comes in. He hits his yes kicks onto both men. Each get 2 yes kicks. Then he hits, I believe it is Edge, with a running knee. Then he hit Roman with the last yes kick. And he put him into the yes lock. Edge broke it up. So Roman eventually throws Bryan to the outside, and the steel steps were lined up next to the announce table. So Roman took Bryan and, on the steps and gave him a power bomb from the steps through the announce table. And as Roman's still standing on the steps, as Roman goes to turn, Edge hits him with a spear. That was a pretty nice spot. So Roman gets up eventually. He gets Bryan back in the ring. He goes for a choke on Bryan. No, Edge puts Roman back in the ring. Roman goes for a choke on Edge, but Edge puts Roman in the crossface. Then they take this nice spot where Bryan comes into the ring and puts the yes lock on Roman while Edge has him in the crossface. So they both have Roman in the submission, and you're thinking, is Roman gonna submit? Are they both gonna win the title? So Edge and Daniel Bryan start headbutting each other until the submission holds break. And then at this point, Bryan gets mad. Something turns on in Bryan. So he grabs Edge by the arms and just steps on Edge's neck brutally. This was hard to watch, knowing Edge with the neck injury. Bryan went for the running knee. Edge hit a spear. Roman went for the Superman punch. Edge hit a spear on him. Went for the 3, but Bryan pulled the ref out. Edge brought a chair in. He got pissed. He hit Roman and Bryan with some nasty chair shots. He gave Bryan the concerto that looked nasty. And then he spears Jay. No, so he gives the concerto to Bryan. Jay comes in the ring and goes to, hit Edge with the chair. But Edge takes the chair, starts beating Jay with it, and then spears him. So, he's, Jay, what do you call it? he caused a interruption. He got speared. So Edge turns around and Roman spears Edge. Then he takes the chair and gives Edge the concerto. Places Edge on top of Bryan and gets the 3 count. This was a great match. I think it was better. I think it was better than Bryan's WrestleMania 30 match. I don't know if it was better than WrestleMania 20, but it was certainly better than WrestleMania 30. So all in all, I thought night 2 was better than night 1, in my opinion. They had better matches on night 2, and I thought the crowd was really into it this night, more than night 1. And considering they had the rain delay on night 1, I think that threw everything off. I think they had more planned for night 1, but they kind of had, to deal with time constraints. So I thought night 2 was better. I thought the triple threat was the best match out of both nights. If you want to put this Mania as a whole, I thought it was a pretty good Mania. It was on that border from pretty good to really good. I would actually go back and watch this Mania. There's some things I really liked. So I thought this was a pretty good Mania. Let me know what you guys think down below. If you agree with me, next night you thought was better. If you watched it, if you didn't watch it, if you just came here to watch my review, but let me know down below. Leave a like if you like my review. Subscribe if you're new. Turn on your post notifications so you know when I upload. Have a nice day, guys. Peace.